Yeastar P-Series Operation now supports the disaster recovery feature, enabling the system to have a redundancy server in a remote network, achieving a validated standard high availability. This video will explain how it works and how to set it up. Yeastar has established an SD-WAN service globally for disaster recovery, so you can connect your working server and backup server using the SD-WAN service from Yeastar without opening any port or having a static public IP address set up for any of your networks. All you need to do is to make sure that you have the specific license for the redundancy server and subscribe to the Ultimate plan, and have deployed them correctly. If you wonder how to do it, here's the video tutorial for you, or you can go to the description to obtain the installation manual. Of course, you have the option to pair the disaster recovery remote with house standby in local to obtain a double guarantee. Okay, now let's find out how to set up the disaster recovery. For the first step, we need to create an SD-WAN network between the working server and the redundancy server. Please make sure the firmware has been upgraded to the latest version. Now we need to get the SN code of the redundancy server to activate the service. Normally, when you acquire the P-Series Operation with disaster recovery, the provider will offer the SN codes of two servers. You can find the SN code in the license email or consult your provider. Now we can move on to the working server. To start the SD-WAN connection, go to the admin interface, and in System, find Remote Networking. Then we click on Create Network, name it, and then click on Confirm. Now we can see that this PBX has been set automatically as the headquarters of the SD-WAN network. Then we can add our redundancy server. Click on Add, and in the pop-up, put in the serial number of the redundancy server, and in Type, choose Disaster Recovery Redundancy. Then Confirm. Now the system will generate a networking code. We need to copy it, or receive this code by email. Here we move back to the redundancy server. Get back to Remote Networking and click on Joint Network. Now we put in the networking code. Now the SD-WAN networking has been created correctly between the two servers. We can check the status on both sides. Now we can set up disaster recovery based on Yeastar SD-WAN. Please note that if we have set up external storage on working server, then we need to set up identical storage in the redundancy server as well, which means the same device settings and the same mounting points. We need to set LAN as the default network interface and static IP address in network mode settings. We're now starting with working server. In the admin interface, find System, and then High Availability. We click on the Disaster Recovery tab, turn on the switch, then select Yeastar SD-WAN. Here we have a VPN option. So, if a VPN network from the customer is available, we can use the existing VPN instead of SD-WAN as well. In advance, we can choose working server and then the name of the working server and the redundancy server. Click on Save, then reboot the PBX. Now we go to the redundancy server and find the Disaster Recovery tab, turn on the switch, then select Yeastar SD-WAN, and in server mode, choose redundancy server. Then the name of the working server and the redundancy server. Click on Save and reboot it. Now the disaster recovery is successfully set up. We can go to the status to double check. To ensure that if a takeover occurs, the Linux UC client can run without problem, please register all Linux UC clients through FQDM. So that was how we set up disaster recovery with your P-Series Operation. Hope you guys like it. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.